Welcome, everyone. We have got a great show for you today. The amount of money being raised through crowdfunding comics is insane. As of 2025, the comic category alone on Kickstarter has raised $274 million. Unfortunately, not every comic category alone is successful. In fact, 42% of all Kickstarter campaigns don't only 42% actually succeed, I should say. But we're learning how to succeed by looking at other successful campaigns and learning what they've done, and we want to pass that knowledge on to you.
On today's show, we're going to help some creators reach those goals. Destiny will choose 3 indie comic campaigns for us to review. After offering tips, we will choose one to back and to support. Stay to the end. See if you agree with our choices, because this is the comic book showdown of Ultimate Destiny. And in the end, that's what the only one.
I love just seeing how we're going to butcher those intros every single time. Good Friday, everybody. It's a great day to look at comics. It's been a crazy week, so I'm looking forward to today to chatting about comics. Chatting with Smurf. I haven't seen him and talked to him since last Friday. That's always a great time.
Yes, we have our own little moments of catching up and seeing what's going on in the world. I've been hibernating. My back is finally well enough that I can start going to the gym again, so I'm very excited about that.
Yes. I haven't been to the gym working out since before the last show, and I went in today, this morning, before the show, and I thought I was going to die. I know that when I go to get up out of this chair, my muscles are just going to shake, and I'm barely going to get out.
Just seize.
It's amazing to me how quickly our condition deteriorates just taking a week off.
Yeah. And that's how quickly the stack grows when you take a week off from reading comic books. Just.
Oh, that's also true. There's just so many comics to read out there. There's some great ones. Also, this week I started back to teaching at the college. I got my comic book class this semester. And so one of the things that they were tasked with is to bring in a comic next class. So to show the diversity of comics, hopefully each semester we get to see things ranging from your typical superhero comics. Generally, there's quite a bit of manga, but then we get stuff that's really you didn't expect. Some romance and some history and westerns, all kinds of stuff, because comics are diverse. They can
really. They still do romance comics?
Wow. Yes, they still do. They do. It's all out there. There's comics for everything.
There is Falling in Love on the Highway to Hell, or On the Path to Hell, which is a great comic, which is samurai, western, love story, demons. It's a really good comic. It's on Image. I think they just finished the first story arc. They're at issue 5.
I will say this, that in the United States, we have never recovered from, after World War II, we had the whole debacle with, people thinking that comics were bad and the seduction of the innocent and all that stuff, and book burnings. And since that time, as a whole, the country has never recovered from looking at comics as being less than legitimate when it comes to literature. Yes, the devil's work. Not real legitimate literature. Even though we had great authors come in and write stuff, some of the college teachers had started to turn that around and introduce some books like Sandman and whatnot in their lectures. But for the most part, it's still a struggle in this country.
Nobody realizes how difficult it is to do sequential storytelling and the art that's involved. I know a professor that actually has a course at CU of comic books and creating comic books. And like you said, to your point, he introduced Sandman and, Frank Miller's Batman and Mouse and some very, very impressive literature that if you take the art element out of it and you go completely on story, It is absolutely just brilliant writing, and the composure and everything went into that. Just saying.
Yeah. One of the things that is kind of cool, but also kind of sad in terms of comparing it to our country is um, when I looked up the statistic. It was when I first started teaching comics, but so that you're talking about like 7 or 8 years ago. I'm sure it hasn't dwindled that much, but at that time, 40% of all literature in Japan is in comic book format, is in manga format. So you can get brochures on CPR that are in manga format, all kinds of stuff. And
because it's
they've
easily
embraced
digestible.
and they've embraced it as like normal literature, and now I know, last week we discussed a little bit about the whole diamond distribution and stuff like that. But currently in the United States, manga is outselling comics.
Mm-hmm. It has been for the last couple of years, actually. It's been, I want to say, the last like 4 or 5 years, you've seen an uptick in manga sales and people reading it and all of that. So,
mm-hmm. And here's my hot take on that. I feel like if the big studios, Marvel and DC, would stop just regurgitating old IPs like Batman and Superman and Spider-Man, and instead keep bringing in new stuff from all these amazing indie creators, and running them out until that story ends and then introducing something new, then a lot of these indie books would be exploding and we'd have a lot more interest. But as it stands, all the really good stuff is in the indie market, but it's hiding and it's hard to find and people don't know about it because the indie creators have to do so much work just to try and get the exposure that a big corporation can have. But manga books, that's how they are over there. It's like, the creator owns it and they run it through until it's done. And then you don't see, a big corporation like rehashing 16 different versions of Bleach, it's just they let it do its thing. They might make a cartoon out of it, and that's it. I wish we would do that here. I'm so sick and tired. As much as I love the heroes I grew up with, I do not want to see another introduction of Batman or Spider-Man, or for that matter, hardly any more of the Marvel superheroes. I'm kind of done with them.
Well, I think the problem is they want to milk it for all it's worth. They want to drain that levy, just completely let nothing be unturned, unused, left on the shelf. They want to maximize and capitalize on that IP as much as possible. And it's disappointing. It's sad because you have stories, because I still think the nerds got it wrong with getting Cowboy Bebop canceled. I liked the live action show and I liked the story, and the animation is for the anime is great. I loved it. And I liked what they accomplished with the live action. But, you have the purists, you have the ones that are like, well, this isn't my Cowboy Bebop. Well, open your mind a little bit. Let's sit down and let's watch this. Jupiter's Legacy, another great series that got whacked too soon, in my opinion. But again, it's not the capes. It's not your tried and true, recognizable hero. So, I don't know. I have my issues with it.
I agree. The Out of Touch one says, I think it has a lot to do with the bad storytelling here in the West by the big corporations at the moment. I think yes and no. I think that sometimes I have seen some good storytelling. There's some great writers out there working for the big two. But number one, again, you're talking about a story. Like, let's say there's a really great Black Widow story, or like you were saying last week, the Swamp Thing and the Poison Ivy, right? Really great written, right? But it's buried amongst all these other books, and it's so hard to know that particular one was a good story because there's just shit ton of them, Yeah. And then you look at it and you're like, oh, this is issue 680. Do I need to read these other ones to know what's going on in this story? It's just convoluted sometimes.
Well, and I'm going to say this, and I know exactly how many people's hair I will light on fire with this statement.
That's the kind of statements we love on this show. Brings
And
in
I'm gonna say this with all love in my heart, because I have been reading since the age of 8. There are no bad characters. There's only bad writers.
I just realized my microphone is like 4 feet away from me.
Across the room. Yeah. It's okay.
Were you guys having a hard time hearing me? Is that better?
That's better. Yes. That's.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So,
it helps. I'm glad you guys could hear me before.
Yes. My statement.
Go.
There are no bad characters. There are only bad writers. DC has made incredible stories, more than Marvel, with the B and C League characters. Nobody gives a shit about Elongated Man, and yet you have Identity Crisis, which was one of the best written stories from DC, with basically all bottom tier characters. DC has made, and the new Plastic Man storyline that was just released. It was great writing. It's just sad.
Well,
there are no bad characters. There's only bad writers. I'll say it again, and I'll say it every day. And I know I'm just going to get people pissed off. Don't at me, nerds. I'm just telling you. Writing is on the wall. Too soon. What is John got to say?
John says manga tends to focus on entertaining stories, not pandering to people that don't buy the books anyway. And I honestly feel like, again, like I know for me, when a new arc comes out from a writer and everyone's excited about it, like I can't think of one at the moment, but like I wait for the entire thing, the whole story to come out in a trade so that I can enjoy the whole thing as a whole entertaining story. And
right.
in that aspect, it generally is. But going to the comic book shop and trying to decipher and figure out like which one of these stories was good, you pick up 10 different issues and you're like, okay, this one was good, but it was like the second issue of it. So now I need to go back and get the first issue and also wait for the next 3-4 issues. It can get overwhelming. And so most people I know that read comics, they generally like wait for the trade if it's something that they're, interested in.
The trade or the absolute edition or like the omnibuses, all of that comes out. So it's difficult to really, and you never know where to jump in. And at least the collected editions do make it easy for readers. So, I mean, that's a nice thing. And we've talked about this in the show, the overarching story, but what is this issue about? And there's something that plays to both.
All right.
Just
if you're watching on Facebook, be sure and throw a like, throw a love. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure and like and follow and subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so we can get monetized and maybe be able to pay some people to help us out.
Because we're a mess.
Because we are usually a hot mess. That's should be the name of our show, Hot Mess.
Hot mess. Yeah, but then they're gonna like tune in thinking we're like chicks or something. I mean, I could wear a dress. I mean, I'm not wearing pants.
All right, we'll call it an ugly mess.
An ugly mess. Oh,
there you go.
The manly mess.
I don't think that sounds appropriate at all.
We have never been appropriate, sir. Ever.
All right, let's get into what this show is all about. People are trying to make comics. They're trying to make, some money making their comics. They're trying to sell their comics. And that's what this show is all about. We have some submissions to the Wheel of Destiny. So let's take a look at which ones that we've got. Let me find my share button here. Share screen. The Wheel of Destiny. There it is. Wheel of Destiny. On this week's Wheel of Destiny, we've got Bounty, Wolf Hunter, Ice and Bone, Stabbity Bunny, the heirs of Isildur, Blood and Sword, Cocaine Stripper Stronghold. That name sounds crazy.
That sounds nuts.
And lastly, Prodigy Comics #1. So we got a pretty good list out there. Are you guys ready? Or Smurf, are
You know what
ready?
that means. I'm ready, so let's spin the wheel!
There could be only one Highlander type situation. Behold, my wheel of destiny!
Pitter patter, let's get at her.
Time to spin the wheel.
Time to spin the wheel. All right, let's do it. First up on the wheel. Hit spin. Number 1. Cocaine Stripper Stronghold.
All right.
I would write this down, but Sam is currently laying on my piece of paper, so it's up to you. Make sure I have the tab for that. I do. All right. Number 2. Prodigy Comics number 1, which is actually on a different platform than Kickstarter. So we're going to get an opportunity to check out a whole new platform. Love it. Prodigy Comics number 1. Congratulations. And lastly, number 3. Will the heirs of Isildur make it this time? No, but Stabbity Bunny does, which was also submitted by the same person. Congratulations, Stabbity Bunny has made it. All right. So there we have it. Our 3 entries. I'm going to go ahead and clear out the excess tabs here. We've got the first one was Cocaine Stripper, Stabbity Bunny,
Cocaine
and
Stripper's Stronghold.
Yep. All right, I do want to give an honorable mention to a couple of these that are about to end, and so they won't be able to be on the show next week. Yep. So the first one is let me go full screen here. Bounty by Jerry Cooley. It is ending in 3 days, and they are so close to goal. They're at 1359 out of 1500. So go check that one out. Also, Worthy Chaos Devastation. Some of you guys are familiar with that. She is rocking it over there. Be sure and check that one out because it ends in actually just a few hours, 7 hours to go. Ice and Bone still has 13 days, so they might make it next week. So those are the 2 that are ending. All right, set this up. Good luck. Yes, absolutely. Let's set up the
probably the most stressful moment. That's the last few days. Will I find it? Will I not?
Yes. There's always that middle ground where the middle area where the dead zone is, where like it's just sitting there, not moving.
Nobody loves me. Yeah.
Also, I do want to give a shout out to a campaign that I have a cover for. Some of you guys might have seen me post about it on Facebook called Saloon. It's a Western comic. It's on Kickstarter. I didn't want to have it on the show because I felt like it, I'd be biased or something. So
you probably would because it's your cover. You're a proud papa. There's nothing wrong with being proud of your work.
So yeah, be sure and check that one out as well. So let's see. We are going to open up with Stronghold, the Cocaine Stripper Stronghold. Go here, share screen.
I mean, you got to keep it separated. I don't know.
Got to keep it separated.
Really wasn't where I thought that one was going to go in my head.
Do I need to have the "That's What She Said" button on standby for you today?
I think you need to. You really do, because I never know what's fighting to get out.
All right. Well, I got it on standby here for this one because I feel like we might have.
There's probably going to be some inappropriate words. Probably.
Okay. Also, by the way, guys, one more thing before I move on. Last week we had Drumsticks of Doom. I just spaced his name. John Westoff, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. But remember that we heard Dio playing. Is it Dio or Dio?
Dio.
Dio. Sorry. So we heard Dio playing during his video.
Yep.
So
we said you're going to get flagged.
And I did. So YouTube immediately yelled at me. And so remember, we're trying to get monetized. So here's what happens. There's this feature now on YouTube that allows me to remove the copyrighted music so that the video can continue to be monetized. It uses AI. So if I happen to be talking like this and there's like some trademark music playing behind me, it tries to remove the music but keep the talking. Fortunately, during that segment, it was just listening to the video trailer, but now it's mute. It's gone. And so Facebook also did the same thing. They sent it out to me. So here's the thing. The Kickstarter might not be flagging you for it, but that you're not going to be able to have it played much of anywhere else. So be sure that you're using music that is copyright free so that it can be played and shared and put out into the world more easily. Okay?
Yes, otherwise you'll get whacked in your pee-pee. No!
Yes, exactly what you said last week. Whack to the pee-pee.
Whack to the pee-pee? No!
All right. Shall we check out Cocaine Stripper Stronghold?
Yes, please.
All right. So the tagline says, jump into Jane's world. This prequel comic to the raunchy zombie comedy novel reveals the journey from City Slicker to Desert Empress. I almost said Dessert Empress. They are...
I mean, they call it nose candy for a reason. I mean, come on.
They're coming up, looks like about maybe 80% of their goal. Let's take a look at the video and see what it tells us.
Hey, what's up, guys? Josh from Cutthroat Comics here, and we're back with our next Kickstarter. What I have here is Cocaine Stripper Stronghold. This is the old logo. We've updated it. But this is a raunchy comedy novel that I wrote a few years ago. It's about a horde of zombie businessmen and a biker gang attacking a brothel because they like cocaine and strippers, right? That makes sense. Super funny, and this thing sold so fast that I knew I could not let the IP die. So what I did is I wrote a 4-part comic series. It's a prequel series following Jane. She's kind of the main character of the story. So you follow her from going like this prissy, spoiled, penthouse living, rich girl during the zombie apocalypse, and she's forced out into the world where she has to learn to be the person she becomes in this book. So you get to see her journey. The comic is a little less raunchy, but it's still got cursing and violence because it is a zombie thing. But it's super funny, super fun. And the first issue is what we're here to get funded. And don't worry, you can get the novel right along with it. So we got comic 1 and the novel. So that's what we're trying to get funded. Like I said, it's 4 parts. This is issue number 1. And myself and Cristiano Reyna worked on this book. He did basically every book you see behind me. Excellent artist out of Italy. And then we were lucky enough and honored enough to get Mike DiCarlo from DC fame to work on this book as well. He's done the cover and he's done the flashback scenes. So, you know, if you're familiar with Lobo or He-Man, I think he maybe did Booster Gold as well. I can't remember his whole resume in my head. But, you know, this is a guy that knows what he's doing. And he was super happy to be on board with this. And it's been a real treat having him as well. So scroll the page, check out the all the tiers and stuff. Pick what you want, get some add-ons, and let's have some fun, and let's get this thing funded. Thank you, guys.
I don't know.
Okay. That droned on a little bit long. But let's start with the positives. I can see you groaning over there, Smurf. It looks like you got the like woosah thing from Bad Boys. Just like
God.
trying to woosah.
Just such a clever idea. And I love that this is a prequel. There's a novel. There's so many things in place to give this the recipe for something positive and solid and fun. Damn, it's a long way to get there, though.
All right, so I'm going to give the positives that I see first. First of all, I do love it when people give the personal touch and they just jump on the camera and get in front of the camera. and I could see that Josh has some enthusiasm for his project, but on the downside, like, he's telling me that it's super funny instead of showing me that it's super funny. Like, I want to like see some samples of what makes it super funny or super amazing. He's telling me about the great artist instead of showing me the great art. You know, there's the old saying, like, show don't tell. So that's where I think, you know, and I feel like, if again, this shouldn't be too difficult of an edit. I know some people only have a phone or whatever, but literally, like, he's already got the audio telling us what's going on. So replace standing there with some images scrolling by of the artwork, so we can also see what's going on while you're telling us that it's super great art, you know, because I want to show it. But I probably wouldn't have played the whole video if I was just perusing through it, but that's my stance. What you got going on, Smurf? What are your thoughts? Be nice.
I agree. I agree 100%. I will be nice because he did at least have some enthusiasm. He could have ratcheted up just a little bit more, because I still think he's kind of just a little bit flatter than necessary. I mean, we're dealing with hookers, zombies, and cocaine.
This should be awesome. Right?
This should be just like, you're a cocaine fueled pervert, and I didn't get that.
This is for the cocaine fueled pervert.
This is, you know, it just, you may think it's just too much, and I'm sure that this wasn't his only take, and he probably thought it was too over the top, so he went with this one, and it's fine. There's still some enthusiasm, but I still think there could have been more. It could have been a little bit more like energy about the product. And if what you're showing me is not what I'm getting, don't show it. Okay, the logo's changed, then don't show that. And I want to see and to Matt's point, I want to see the interiors. How funny does this look? Let me see it, and cut away. And I know that that's probably difficult because you don't know what to show or how to show it, or maybe there's nothing to show it because you haven't finished it yet. And that's fine, but you can go with character designs. You can go with, you know, a cover that is what we're going to get. There's a lot of opportunities that I think were not explored properly, and I want to know more, but I didn't see anything, and there's nothing based on what I saw that I would want to pick this up.
Right. John agrees. He says everything about that book should be inappropriate. I mean, yeah. I mean, especially, like, you know, he talked about the artist of Lobo. I mean, that seems like a great fit. Just let's see it. Let's rock it. And I don't remember. I need to refresh the page and see what the artwork on the cover looked like.
Yeah, because I mean, Paramilitary Special, though, one of Lobo's standout issues is, I mean, that thing is wildly inappropriate. So if people are backing the campaign, then they're expecting that. They're already like set on for that aspect of it. So I think that you're not shocking anyone by showing the interiors or giving us at least a glimpse, in my opinion. Because this is a great idea. I love this. This is a prequel, and the best thing, I get a copy of the novel. Fucking sweet. There you go. There it is. The F-bomb that I was waiting for during that pitch. I know you can't do during a pitch, but fucking hell, that is the level that I'm expecting for cocaine-fueled strippers with zombies chasing them.
Right. So again, you're right. Absolutely. I feel like this has an opportunity to completely crush it on Kickstarter. We know from experience and watching lots and lots of Kickstarter campaigns that sex sells, right? You get a sexy cover. I'm sure that some recent creators, I was just talking about Worthy Chaos, Devastation, how their campaign exploded when they suddenly had a sexy cover. And you know, when you look at this cover, kind of squint your eyes and you'll see how most of it, especially on the right-hand side, sort of just blends together into this amalgam of title and, you know, busyness of things going on. And so I would have just zoomed in on her a little bit more. But let's get to, because he did tell us, go down, check it out. Let's
scroll down. It's like, okay, I'll give you the scroll. I'll give you the scroll just to see.
So it says Cocaine Stripper Stronghold is a raunchy comedy where a horde of zombie businessmen and a biker gang attack a brothel because they like cocaine and strippers. So they are attacking the thing that they like. Read along as Jane gets her girls ready to defend themselves, their home, and their business from a stampede of dead, well-dressed bro dudes and a dirty, smelly band of vulgar misfits. It's funny, it's gross, it's a book about love, perseverance, and a good old-fashioned sexy time stuff. This book does not hold back. All right, so what I'm expecting now, after a video that didn't show me anything, and now a pitch that's telling me it's going to be raunchy and exciting and whatnot, I want to see some examples. I want to see what's going on. So we've got, this looks like a variant sketch cover, but we have variant sketch cover of Mike's art, no frills. All right, so here we've got an action sequence. And then it's been colored. Okay, and then we have some interiors. I'll say this: the interiors look clean, they look good, look professional. Here we've got. I don't know if you guys can see it all that well. Let me make it full screen. It is full screen already. You got this girl like impaling this zombie in the head with some sort of metal rod, right? It would be a whole lot cooler if she was impaling him with like a big dildo or something. I mean, that's what I expect out of this comic.
Or the actual stripper pole,
Or the stripper pole. Yeah, there you go. So what do you guys think? What do you expect from a comic called Cocaine Stripper Stronghold? We got what looks like a flashback or something page. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, it is a flashback page. It says so. This was the actual book and the creative team. All right. So I feel like this shot right here, and this is something that I want to tell you, all the writers out there that are hiring other artists to do work for them. All right. So this is what normally happens. You need some pages for your campaign. So you got to pay for it out of pocket, or maybe you're paying for it from a previous campaign. Don't just have them start on page 1 and then, I've got the first 3 pages. Let's show that, right? If you only can pay an artist to do 2-3 pages to show, find some exciting visual pages, right? So that we're looking at a good idea of what we're getting. Because right now on this page, we've got a girl, standing. She's got a pickaxe. She's standing over some graves. She's walking down the stairs. She's opening a door. That's not all that interesting, right? I want to see like some craziness going on because I was promised some craziness going on, right? And so now I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to expect. I'm not sure if I'm going to get what I want, right? Now this page is good. This page has got some stuff, but honestly, I would just like crop into a couple of these shots. If this is all you got a good shot right here of this middle one. I realize now you can't see my cursor, but like this middle long wide shot here, crop in on that, and then down below you see her stabbing something. I crop in on that one. Now you got 2 big images, and generally, if these are comic format, they're at 300 DPI. You should be able to crop in on them and still have clear images to show for the campaign, right?
Yep.
So that's my advice. That's my 2 cents. If you only have a few pages to show, try to make them exciting, interesting pages to show. That way people are the most intrigued as possible.
Or just cheat. Do a splash page. Do character designs. Do something. Because, I'm bored. I'm expecting strippers and zombies and cocaine-fueled rages of dismemberment people and a biker gang. I'm expecting the titty twister, okay?
The titty twister.
That is. I really am. I'm expecting Cheech Marin to come up and tell me about all kinds of different pie. But I'm getting a gravesite. And no one likes a gravesite. No one. That's just like, no.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? Those of you that are watching, what do you think of this campaign so far? Are you intrigued? Do you think it's missing something? The title of this particular episode is What's Holding Back Your Comic Success? I feel like what's holding back this comic is showing me what you're promising me. The pitches sound great. You're telling me it's a raunchy comedy and there's there's going to be funny and gross. I think I want to see that more. And I feel like that would help. Number two is I want to know exactly what I'm paying for. You've told me about the book, about the novel that you wrote. That's cool. But how many pages is this comic? I have no idea. It's not telling me anywhere.
No, I mean, and there's great buildup. It just does not follow through. I mean, the pitch
Maybe
is
it's
good.
down here.
But if it's that far, I don't care. I mean, I love that all these people are involved, but the creative team, and I keep preaching this, and I will to the day I die, put the creative team at the end. Nobody cares. Unless you're Greg Capullo, I don't care.
So that's an interesting take, because like we were just talking about this before the show, the Worthy Chaos Devastation, I believe, is the new title of the comic. She got Derek Chu to do a cover, and it brought in a lot of attention because it's a very sexy cover. However, she doesn't mention that anywhere. Like, it's just there, and then down in the rewards, you're like, here's the Derek Chu cover. It's not like this is why this comic is great because Derek Chu did the cover. It's just we have this added eye candy cover that that will bring people in, and it was effective in bringing people in. I think she tripled or doubled her normal amount of backers.
It did exactly what it was designed to do, and and like to your point, at no point does she drop his name. It's the art speaks for itself.
Yeah. So honestly, I agree. I think that more meat and potatoes about what this thing is about. I love the premise. I definitely want to see more. That's the reason why I'm a little apprehensive, because like you got me really intrigued with the idea and the premise, and the artwork that is shown looks high quality, but I'm not seeing that crazy funny gory stuff that you're promising me. So
nope. Failure to deliver. Just I was excited, and now I'm just hurt.
Would that fall under the bury the lead or no?
I mean, that's false promises. I want to say bait and switch. I'm promised all these things. I get nothing. That's what she said. I get, like you said, I really want to like this, but based on what I see, I don't know what I'm getting.
Right. And that's what this show is about, ladies and gentlemen. Privately, I go and back a lot of these campaigns because I like to support the indie comics community. A lot of these people are people that I know and they're friends, and I want to help them reach their goals. But this show is about what is your campaign sharing, delivering? How's the pitch being delivered? And is it intriguing as a consumer that doesn't know anything? So we always try to like clear our minds and say, what's this look like as a consumer? Now, we're going to go on to the second one, which is Prodigy Comics. I believe that was the second one.
Correct.
And this one is not on Kickstarter. It is on a platform called Zoop, which apparently it's asking me to reconnect. So hold on.
There are so many platforms out there, because I know another one, someone approached me about helping them with their GoFundMe. So I know GoFundMes are being looked at deeper, because when you do the GoFundMe, they give you whatever money you raise versus hitting your
right
goal.
And there's a comic one like that. I can't get GoFundMe out of my head, but GoFundMe is often used for personal things like the wildfires in California, people raising money for their families and whatnot. I'm actually wanting to put together a GoFundMe to help my mom raise some money to come out to a special medical facility here in Colorado. But are they being used for comics too?
I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't
Maybe.
I think it's on the rise because everyone's looking at different ways to add to their revenue to hit
Right.
goals. So,
All right. Well, here we are with Prodigy Comics on a platform called Zoop. I've heard of Zoop. I've never used Zoop. So we're going to discover some of this together. It's a different format. So we're going to fumble our way around. On the top, we get a nice image of the artwork. It reminds me a lot of like a store site right off the bat. You know, it's like, here's a picture, here's a description, which honestly is a good practice, because if you're going to have your book up in stores, like you want to be able to like describe it in a sentence or two. So this could be a good practice for that. Prodigy Comics #1 by Zane Fannin, AJ Howard, J.K. Slampier, Sipin Morian, Kate Lampier. Like, this is a long list of names. Because, and now I know why, a 76-page anthology comic from a spectrum of creators.
Jesus.
76 pages means it is perfect bound, not staple bound. Prodigy Comics introduces a new universe of superheroes, aliens, and magic. This book takes the classic anthology format of the 1930s and 40s, but with stories aimed at the diversity of modern audiences. And then for fans of everything from... Go ahead.
Flip it. I like that. That's great. Flip that. Don't care about the creators. Give me again the meat and potatoes. Don't bury the lead. I don't care about all these people. What am I getting?
Now,
I like.
To be fair, I think, this part right here where it says buy, I think that depending on how Zoop is set up, that might be a default
page thing, right?
Where like you have to put who it's by and you don't have a choice. I don't know. I haven't used Zoop yet. But it says early bird specials and all rewards for the first 48 hours. That's pretty cool. In Symmetry Creations, LLC has a comment that says, one of these years, heirs of Isildur will find the favor of the Wheel of Destiny. Currently batting 0%, but that's good because our buddy Stabby made it today. Yes, indeed. I believe you've got at least another week, maybe two, for the heirs of Isildur. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but hopefully I want to see it on the wheel as well. But I can tell you, I've got my eye on it privately, one way or the other. All right, to the numbers. $3,046 out of a $3,000 goal. So they've hit their goal with 86 supporters. It's an impressive number. And also, to me, that's impressive because it's on a platform that's not as mainstream as Kickstarter. So that's pretty good. Then we have jumps right to the rewards, physical copies, variant covers, all 3 covers, a tip jar.
Yeah, straight. I like that.
Then we've got add-ons, and here we go down below. So in this particular platform, it puts the story and the info in the video down below. We've got description and preview and all this stuff down below. It's interesting. So where to begin?
You're right. That might be a format thing, but
I'm guessing that's the way they have it set up, and you can't change it.
Yeah, that's.
If anybody's used Zoop before, please comment and let me know.
That's disappointing. But at least there's a video. All right.
Yes. So let's check it out and see if I can make it full screen. I don't see a full screen button.
It said they've actually copy and pasted it from YouTube. So to full screen it, you'd probably have to go to YouTube.
I do, but then I have to share the tab. So hold on. I got to switch over. Making it a challenge for me, guys.
Da, 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 da. Again, that's why we need help. Hot mess males.
All right. Here we go. Full screen, 1 minute and 40 seconds. Let's see what it tells us. It's a long intro. I'm welcomed. Let's move on.
Oh, God. In a world.
In a world. of gods and monsters.
Gods and monsters. Of magic and mystery. A classic anthology book was born. Okay.
That's a lot of reading. There we go. Now we got stuff. And that's really fast.
Too fast.
Okay, we're halfway through. Now we're going to get character introductions, I think. Okay, I got to go back to the other one. There we go. All right, I hear you sighing over there again. Making videos is hard, man.
Making videos is hard, but do not take pages from Snyderverse intros. Okay, that's right out. I think I like it. And I think
you think you like it.
I think I like it, but I would have done the title cards a little slower, and I would have interlaced the title cards with the character designs to keep people entertained. To keep instead, Matt and I are kind of like doing our own little voiceover, which is ridiculous. And I can guarantee we're not the only ones doing that when we're watching this. We have been trained by media to be in a world. I mean, there's just too many movie voice guys out there that are going to take advantage of that. Too many. I don't know what this is about, though. I mean, it's anthology, but
so I'll give my 2 cents. So I agree. The titles of the reading, like, they're very cliche. Welcome to to a world, right? And there was a good 15-20 seconds of it before we even saw any artwork, and then when we did, it was super fast. So it was like halfway through like the 45-second mark when we finally started seeing like artwork that was slow enough to like see what was going on. So I do agree with Smurf that's showing an image and then saying welcome and then showing another image and then saying to a world, so that at least there's some back and forth, some interesting stuff. Now here's the thing that is tough with anthology comics. I think it takes some practice to do this. But what I saw in this video was, we have the archer, we have the goddess, right? And that's it. We get a 1-word description of a character, and these characters, I don't even know really if they interact. I believe what I'm being told is that there's a story about the goddess and there's a story about the archer, right? So what I would love to see is a really short single sentence that's gives us something. It's like the goddess who's trying to save her world, the archer who's trying to find his son, something to hold on to, because other than that, just seeing that there's an archer isn't enough for me, man.
Nope. The sorcerer trying to open a pickle jar. Give me something. I mean, if you're going to give us that much text, at least direct us.
Right.
I mean, you're welcoming us. You're giving us all these things, but you're not giving us anything to direct us to care about the creators. Okay, he's an archer. So we have Doctor Strange, Binary, Green Arrow, Black Panther. And so all of these characters are not those characters, but that's the visual that you're giving me instead of directing me with why. Why do I care about? does he need pickles that badly? Can he just go down to the deli? I mean, the archer, he can only shoot Nerf arrows. It's really bothersome, So give me something to work off of. If you're going to make me read, at least make it worth the time.
Right. And we've seen this before in anthologies. We've seen one or two that have done it really well, where there was like a picture of the first story and then like a small 1 or 2 sentence synopsis, and then the next story and a small 1 or 2 sentence synopsis. So you kind of had an idea of like what each story was about, because honestly, in an anthology, you're getting different writers, you're getting different artists. I expect in an anthology that I'm not going to like every single one. Right. So I need to find at least one that intrigues me enough to say, I'm willing to buy this because I like this one enough. And then we'll see what the other ones are like. But this one particular pitch really sounded intriguing, so I want to get it. And so that's what I would include in this in the next time around, or in the future. Or if you do an anthology, is what is a 1 or 2 sentence pitch about each story as if it's its own comic, and that way there's
essentially it is. I mean, this is an ash can for each character. So if you're world building, which again, I'm thinking Prodigy Comics is the larger universe. To your point, they're probably going to interact at some level, but this is an ash can for each one, because they should be able to support their own, 32-page comic,
right?
Or whatever. It should be able to contain its own story, like Ghost Machine, when they did for Image did their whole launch of this huge universe, and they had the big collected. That worked well because it gave us enough of each character, and then all of them get their own books. That's kind of what I'm expecting when I see an anthology like this, that each one can carry its own title.
Right. So I'm gonna give a couple sentences from the description here, and then maybe show whatever artwork they have. So it says, Prodigy Comics offers a fresh new universe for people to explore, freed from the burden of extensive continuity, retcons, or reboots. These stories introduce new superheroes, gritty underdog adventures, cursed teenagers, and even a reinvention of a milestone character from the forgotten annals of comics history. You don't want to forget your annals. Never forget your annals.
Using a whole fist there, Doc. Sorry, bad Fletch joke.
Join us in a new storytelling odyssey that will offer a refreshing perspective and an old age practice of telling myths to the page. Queer people.
See, and right there, all of those little precursors, those little teasers, would have been perfect added to the slide for the sorceress. A troubled teen. I mean, they're doing it. It's just in the wrong space.
Yeah. I'm going to, I opened this up in a new tab, so I'm going to show that tab, hopefully. There we go. Let's go more full screen. There we go. This is one of the characters. I don't know which, but it's beautiful. Really beautiful artwork. Love the design. It's kind of like an underwater Tigra, but it looks cool. And then we've got, let's see, there's another page here. Open that image in a new tab and share this tab. All right, so here's another, so the artwork looks great. This looks like a continuation of the same story. But again, assuming that these characters are each having their own challenge, their own dilemma within each individual story, we should be able to get like a single sentence of like, what's this character trying to do? What's this character trying to do? Why is this particular story intriguing, and why is this story intriguing? Because this is kind of just saying, hey, we've got this anthology, this whole book, check it out. And I think on the surface, it has a lot of great stuff going for it. The artwork looks great, at least in that particular sample. That's the only sample that I see that So I don't know if the other ones aren't done yet. I'm not really sure. We did see a lot of slides in the video, but they were super fast, so I don't know. But what did you guys think? What did you think of the intro? What did you think of the video? And overall, what do you think of the Prodigy Comics anthology pitch, right? So we have one more left. If you haven't already, be sure and smash that like button. Be sure and subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can get all the great info and tips. And let's set up for the third one.
Stabbity Bunny!
Stabbity Bunny. So let's...
All I can see is like a bunny with
I feel like Smurf's very
knife.
excited about Stabbity Bunny.
I am excited about Stabbity Bunny.
What about you guys out there? Are you excited about Stabbity Bunny? Hopefully it delivers. Let's see what we got. Here it is on Kickstarter. Stabbity Bunny, Stabbity Ever After.
I like it. Oh my god.
It's Looney Tunes meets Kill Bill when Grace's plush protector hilariously dispatches anyone in Fairyland who tries to stop her rescue. They've currently smashed their 2,000 goal. They're at 3,164 with 12 days to go. So congratulations to the creators of Stabbity Bunny. Looks like it's got a Projects We Love tab. So they're on the right track.
Nice ad, yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's see what this video tells us.
Hey, Stabbity buddy, where are you? We got to get to work on that Kickstarter video. Are you in here? Okay, buddy, I'm coming in. I'm turning on the light. Whoa! What the heck is this? Stabbity, are you all right? Buddy, wake up. Quit shaking you. Yeah, okay, I can do that. So let's look what you've got over here. All right, yeah, you do look good. I mean, really good. With artwork by Ryan Kincaid, and look at those beautiful colors by Liesl Buenaventura. We got James Reed on lettering and Wayne Hall on editing. So yeah, it was quite the power pack team. Let me follow your timeline if I can here. So a wizard takes Grace. Looks like that guy could have been spray painted on a 1970s van. Nothing personal. And then you fall through a portal and change. That's really awesome and cool. And you run into all kinds of things like Tom Cruise, strike that. It looks nothing like Tom Cruise and Top Gun and Pixies. And no. And if it was, it's totally coincidental. Just ask legal. Okay, so you get friends. That's cool. And then the witch, she's like, oh, that's not nice. But Ogre loves witch. But you know what? Stabbity loves Grace more. I know, I can see that. You got the 3 pigs. You got all kinds of stuff going on. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. And that first issue, we thought, you know what? We're going to go ahead and try to get issues 3 and 4 going. So why don't we reboot the first 2 issues? We've got some improved artwork. Ryan has already done a fantastic job, but he wasn't satisfied with every page. He's gone back through and changed some of the artwork. And I've been working on a lot of the dialogue. It's been extensively rewritten. So yeah, it's great. Okay, so we got to get started on that Kickstarter video. Okay, yeah, we got that musical number at the end. It's great. You're gonna love it. It's a lot of fun. And I didn't mention the musical number. Well, yeah, it's just a little thing, but yeah, you're gonna love it. It's great. A little. What do you mean? Are you getting paid for this? This is your book, buddy. Hey, Daddy, come back. Okay. Well, anyway, folks, we would really appreciate your support. We've had a lot of fun with this book, and we're going to continue to have a lot of fun. I can't wait. Hope you can join us on this adventure.
All right, sir. He's laughing. That's a good sign.
Oh my god, it is absolutely ridiculous, over the top nonsense, and I love it. That was, I mean, there's some holes, there's some issues, but I mean, overall, that was fun. That is,
I agree.
I mean, if you had a stripper pole and some cocaine, I think that would have actually done better for a stronghold than anyone would have realized. I you know what? That was clever. It was unique. I wanted to look away, but I couldn't. I wish there would have been a way to make Bunny talk though. The quiet
Like a
internal
voice or
dialogue
something?
that went on. Yeah, even like old school Electric Company where Spider-Man had the thought bubble that would show up.
Mm-hmm.
That would have actually. I know the animation on that would have been a pain in the ass, but it would have been
Right.
cool. Just even like Wile E. Coyote it, or like a just something to throw a sign up or just something. But I mean, I didn't even mind as much when he started naming the creative team. So, I like
John
it. I
Epple-
want to know more.
John Epples chiming in and says he's got issues. He's got some issues.
He's got.
We
some
knew that
issues.
already, John. We knew that.
Yep.
Steph Cannon's with us, says, yay, Stabby. Yeah, I agree. That was a fun intro. One of the things that I loved about that intro, not only was it fun and creative, but it really like set the tone and the vibe for what to expect in this comic. I feel like setting the tone is one of the most important things you can do in your video. Like, is it going to be, just superhero? Is it going to be fun and comedy? Is going to be horror? It's going to be sexy. Like, what is it? Give us that vibe in the video. But I love the way that they did that unique thing with like panning around all these like pinned images instead of trying to like do the extra work of editing a bunch of stuff. Like literally that could have been taken in one take. But it was very creative. Great job on whoever did that.
The darkness, the turning on the light, it almost was too long. Just I was almost at
I was like, wait, is there something broken? Did the video not work?
It was just almost too long. You had me, and I'm like, this is a shame. And it was well timed. That's the only thing where I was just like, and then
I was actually looking. I was looking around to see if there was a technical issue when I heard him say, "I'll turn on the lights," and I was like, "Oh, okay, this is part of the shtick." Right. So,
the murder board. The murder board was great. Great idea.
Yep.
Great idea. Well done.
All right. So if you're fans of Looney Tunes, Fractured Fairy Tales, Kill Bill, or I Hate Fairyland, you'll like this book. What if Stabby Bunny destroyed Fairyland? I'm digging it. All right. So this is for number 1. It says about issue 1, cartoony violence and snarky humor saturate our 24-page tale. I love that they tell us right off the bat how many pages I'm getting for my money. As Stabby slices, dices, and hacks and slashes his way through Fairyland to rescue Grace. It's all fun and games until somebody loses their head, and then it's hilarious. Only obnoxious unicorns, cretins, and total morons need fear, or I should say maroons, and guys with ridiculous mullets, but not yours, because yours is cool. Stabby Bunny, the main series, was first self-published in 2015. At the foundation of its story, a little girl, Grace, who has magical powers and is being stalked by an evil entity. Alongside her plush bunny protector, she must battle supernatural forces. So, I love what we got going on here. It's whenever you can twist and play with like something fun and cartoony and do fun things with it. Hop on the Stabby Ever After train. This is the start of a 4-issue arc. In the next stop is Wonderland in issue 2, and then Oz in issue 3. Very nice. If you guys don't know, the Wizard of Oz books are public domain.
This is true.
So,
Along
yes.
with Winnie the Pooh and Steamboat Willie.
And then we've got our covers. And now, last video we talked about mentioning the artists, and in this one he did mention Ryan Kincaid is the artist, and I will say I'm sure that's got to bring some clout. Most people do know that name. So, but I mean, it was mentioned, and then the video like stood on its own. Even if you hadn't mentioned that, I still would have enjoyed that video, even if you had Ryan Kincaid. So, but looks like Ryan did a lot of different variant covers. as well as some other artists. They've got sketch covers, foils, metal covers.
Damn. Okay.
I like this Dabarine.
The takeoff of the Wolverine covers. Multiple Wolverine covers at this stage. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, here's some examples of some great artwork, some pencils work, and a cross promotion with the heirs of Isildur. And you guys are going to have to help me if I'm saying that wrong.
Isildur? No, if it's out of Lord of the Rings, if it's what I'm thinking it is. But no, you're saying it right.
Be sure to get the complete set of these awesome cross-promotional metal cards. When you back our campaign, you get card number 3 of 3 with every physical reward. When you back the physical tier with the heirs of Isildur, you get card number 1 of 3. But to get the middle card, you must back both. That's a fun way to cross-promote. Cross-promoting, I'd love to see. It would have been cool if we got them both on the show at the same time.
I know. Damn. Well,
Destiny had other things in mind. I love this this angry collared unicorn.
See, it's wrong on so many levels. I'm really liking this. So is there a digital version on this?
Absolutely. I'm pretty sure. Yes. Digital reward, $3 to get a digital file of the remastered issue 1. And then it jumps into the foil covers. Let's see if they have a whale. All the way down we go.
All the way down.
$600. It says it's all gone. Supreme Bundle, Hotter Than the Sun. 1 copy of each of the 7 covers. A to G. 1 copy of each of the foil covers. 1 of each of the 2 metal covers. 4 additional medals.
Holy crap.
The digital download. The promo card. That's a pretty good deal.
All of that for $600?
$600.
You know what? What a bargain. That is a value right there. What a bar. We need eye catcher. What a bargain.
They've also got right above that a mega bundle of incredibleness. Mega bundle of incredibleness. Love that name.
Mega bundle. Try saying that drunk.
All right. In Symmetries Creations is trying to help me out here. Heirs of Isildur, like a seal walking through the door. Isildur. All right. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. All right. So this is a great looking campaign. I love the intro. They've got the digital. They've got the whale. They've got a lot of things going for it. Is there anything that you see here that could have made it better?
I mean, really? No. I think this is a campaign firing on all cylinders. My stuff is nitpicky. Like I said, something that you would change with the video. But again, the timing and everything just laid out so perfectly. I like the breakup for the covers. I like the pitch overall. $3 for a digital issue is brilliant, and it also helps generate revenue that does not cost you anything. And the fact that a digital version is available if you buy a physical version. I mean, I want. Take my money. I'd pick this up off the shelf. I don't know how long I would stick around, but I definitely would pick it up. I'm telling you that right now. And that's the highest compliment. That is the highest compliment I can give anybody, is if I would pick it up off the shelf, I would pick this up off the shelf.
Yeah, because there are so many options on said shelf. So this one would definitely be a standout. I do get those I Hate Fairyland kind of vibes. But
totally do that.
All right, guys, it's time for us to decide which one we're going to back this week. I think it might be a little too obvious. But which ones do you like? Which one do you feel like deserves some love? Leave your comments in the comment section. And I'm going to put mine up here.
I should diligently write it down. Oh yeah, I've been ready.
He's like, I've been.
While you were talking, I was busy doing stuff.
Gotcha.
I'm trying to save Ferris over here because he needs a transplant. We don't know what kind of transplant. He just needs a transplant. So if you would like to save Ferris, give us a like and give us a share.
Yeah.
And you too can save Ferris.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for us to show who we're going to be supporting this week. Remember that each week we have submissions that are made on the Facebook page. Sometimes they're found in the independent comic groups on Facebook, where you can enter. If you don't know how to do that, then you can just directly message it to me. But with those, we put them on the Wheel of Destiny, and Destiny decides 3 of them, and then we jump in and take a look. Right. So this week, let's see who's it going to be. Stabby Bunny wins the day. Congratulations to the creators there. What is that?
That's an Easter egg. Those are jelly beans. I know it look like pools of blood, but I was like, no, those are jelly beans. And then I put drippy sauce, which would probably be preserve.
The great art. I love it. We're gonna save that. It's gonna be worth millions of dollars.
I've got a stack of them here. Trust me. It's every single one. If you want Smurfs ID cards of my amazing artwork, they are available for purchase.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching the show. Be sure and like and subscribe and follow on Facebook and Instagram at Matt Campbell Art or Actionline Studios. If you want to support this show or just support my art, be sure and go to actionlinestudios.com, where you can get some Mythica books, you can get shirts, you can get all kind of cool stuff, and that helps us support this show and keep us doing it each and every week. This was our 36th show, and we want to keep it going. Where can they find you and support you, Smurf?
You can go to 5280geek.com, or you can hit 5280geek on Facebook, Instagram. Our podcast is available on all major podcast platforms under Weekend Geek Updates or 5280 Geek. It's kind of a thing. So go check it out. Anything geeky, nerdy across the board. So we try to entertain the masses.
All right. With that, see you
on that bombshell, we shall say goodbye. Did you have more to say? I didn't mean to run over your lines. I apologize.
Nope.
All right. Then in that case, run fast, laugh hard, and always be good night.